So this is unit 25. This is going to be finding the area of a composite figure. So it says Pythagoras, an ancient Greek philosopher, developed the Pythagorean theorem using a diagram of the right triangle bordered by three squares, like the one shown below. Write the area formulas that can be used to determine the areas of each of each shape within the figure. Well, since it is a square, you just do area would be base times height. So square A, since the base is 9, make that 9, and then you do 9 times 9, which is 81, since this is a square. And then B is 12 times 12, which is 144. And then C is 15 times 15, which is 225. So that'll be the areas of all those squares. So now we got to find the area of the triangle, which will be base height divided by 2. Well, the base of the triangle will be 9, and the height will be 12. So you do 9 times 12 divided by 2, which equals 54. So now all we have to do is find the area of the entire thing. All I have to do is add them up. So do 225 plus 144 plus 81 plus 54 will be 504. All I had to do is add up all the areas, everything we found. So it'll be 504. Okay. So Marty let's just call her M, paints a piece of wood similar to the one below, like in the to look like the horizon. Excuse me. So now we're going to use a ruler to determine what the diameter would be. Sorry, let me try this again. So she's going to paint a piece of wood similar to the one below to look like the horizon. So you're going to use a ruler to measure the diameter of the semicircle to the nearest ½ inch. So you're going to have to take your ruler on your notes or on your star chart, and you're going to do inches. And you do it to the nearest ½ inch. So this will be 2 inches. And then you measure the other side, and that'll be 1.5 inches. Because you do it to the nearest ½ inch. So that'll be 1.5 inches. So now, so the diameter of the semicircle is 2. And the dimensions of the rectangle is 1.5 by 2. Now it says, write the area formulas I'm going to use to determine the areas of each shape within the figure. Well,
Jamie Creed to pick up. Jamie Creed to pick up, please.
So, let's do the rectangle first. So the rectangle is just base times height. So you're going to do 1.5 times 2, which is 3. So the area of the rectangle is 3 inches squared. So the semicircle will be area formula of A is equal to pi r squared. Pi is 3.14. The radius is 1 squared. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. So 3.14 will be your area for the figure. So then the way that you find it, you need to find the total area together. So you do 3.14 plus 3, which would be 6.14. Because you just add them together. So add them together would be 6.14 inches squared. So this was 2 inches and 1.5. And it says if each inch represents 1/2 of a foot, how many square feet does M paint? So 2 inches will equal 1 foot. 1.5 inches will equal 0.75. So this will be 0.75 feet.
If you wear your jeans over there, if you change them to let it be closed.
So we're going to find the area of this rectangle and by doing base times height. So you're going to do 0.75 times 1 feet now, which is just 0.75. So it'll be 0.75 feet. And you're going to do the same thing for your semicircle, point r squared. And I forgot to divide by 2, so I'll go back and do that. So you do 3.14 times 0.5, because that's your radius, squared. So 0.5 squared would be 0.25. So you're going to do 0.25 times 3.14, which is 0.785. And then you divide by 2, which will come out to about 0.39. Well, now you have to add them together. So you're going to do 0.75 plus 0.39. And that'll come out to about 1.14. All right, and then I made a mistake on this one earlier. Since it's a semicircle, you got to divide by 2. So you're going to do 3.14 divided by 2, which would be 1.57. So you do 1.57 plus 3. And so that'd be 4.57. So that will actually be your area. So don't make the same mistake I did. Always make sure that you write down divide by 2 if it's a semicircle. All right. Veranda has a bag of mixed shapes. She chooses 3 shapes and fits them together to form a figure as shown. What's the area of the figure that she creates? So you have to find the area of all 3 of these figures. So you have a triangle. So we're going to find triangle first. It'll just be base times height divided by 2. So the base of the triangle will be 5, because this whole thing adds up to 17. So 4 plus 8 plus 5 is 17. So it'll be 5, and the height will be 8 divided by 2, which equals 20. So it means this triangle will be 20. The rectangle is just base times height, which would be 8 times 8, which equals 64. And then the area of the circle would be pi r squared divided by 4. So it'd be 3.14 times 4 squared. And then you divide it by 4 because it's a quarter circle. So when you do that, you do 3.14 times 16, because that's 4 squared. And then you divide by 4, which is 12.56. So this equals 12.56. So now you have to add them up. So you're going to do 20 plus 64 plus 12.56. So 20 plus 64 is 84 plus 12.56 will be 96.56, which is C. Gretchen draws a pattern to help construct a bow for her sister's doll. How many square centimeters of materials does she need to construct the bows for her sister's dolls? So first off, she's going to construct 3 bows. So you need to find the area of 1 bow and then multiply it by 3. Well, this shape and this shape are both trapezoids. So the way you find the area of a trapezoid is you do base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So base 1 is 10, base 2 is 6, and the height's 5, and you divide by 2. 10 plus 6 is 16, times 5 divided by 2 is 40. So it means that this one's 40 and that this is 40. And since the middle is just a rectangle, that's just 24. So you're going to do 40 plus 40 plus 24.
Avery Jones, report to Miss Tony's office. Avery Jones. Report to Miss Tony's office.
which is 104. But the thing is, though, she wants 3 bows. So you're going to do 104 times 3, which is 312. So I'm sorry for all the distractions. I'm doing this after school. Other than that, that is how you find the area of composite figures. Thank you, guys.